welcome. My name is Taylor, and up here with me is Randall. We are two of the elephant zoologists here at your Dallas Zoo. Thanks so much for being with us today. We're really excited. We're going to talk about our elephants and what we do here as elephant keepers. So here out on South Habitat today, we have got 5 elephants out of the 8 African elephants that we have. I'll go ahead and introduce you. So coming up front and center right here is Miss Zola. Zola is 16 years old, and right behind her is Ajabu. Ajabu is going to be 4 in May, and over there to his left is his mom, Malilo. Malilo is also 17 years old. In the back, I don't know if you can see them, but we've got Jennie. Jennie is our oldest and largest elephant here at the zoo. She's 43 and she weighs over 10,500 pounds. So she is our matriarch, which means that she is kind of in charge and overlooks the entire herd. And then back there as well, wherever she is, Gypsy. Gypsy is one of Jennie's best friends. They've been together for the past 10 years. And Gypsy is 39 years old and weighs about 8,500 pounds. So these are the 5 that we've got out here today. We also have 3 more that are hanging out with us in the barn. We've got Congo and Kamba, who have been best friends for over 30 years. Congo is really easily distinguishable because it looks like she has no tusks, but she has one. And then Kamba is a little bit shorter than Congo, and she's got one really long tusk. Our last elephant that's in our barn with us today as well is Dodgy. He is our 17-year-old bull, and he weighs around 7,500 pounds, but by the time he's full grown, he will be well over 11,000 pounds and much bigger than Jennie and Gypsy, especially since those 2 girls are our largest elephants here at the Dallas Zoo. So like I said, we've got African elephants here, and these guys are really easily distinguishable, and you can tell them apart from Asian elephants because of those ears. These guys have really, really big ears that kind of look like the continent of Africa. They use those ears in the hot summer days out in the savannah and out here in the hot summer days of Dallas as well to help keep cool. They flap them back and forth, which cools off the blood that flows in those veins. And as that cooler blood goes throughout the rest of their body, they can cool off by almost 10 degrees. So it's a really great adaptation they have to keep cool when the sun is beaten down. Other ways that these guys help stay cool is they love to swim. That's why we have a lot of swimming space for them in all of our habitats. And they love to wallow. So we offer them wallow. We have 2 wallows out in our big habitat out here where they're at right now. And then we also have another wallow in our timbo yard and then behind the scenes as well. Wallowing helps keep them cool, it helps keep the bugs off, and it kind of acts like a natural sunscreen for these guys. Another way we can tell these guys apart is if you look at the tip of their trunks, they have 2 finger-like projections. These guys have amazing dexterity, and they can pick up objects as small as a raisin. A lot of people think that because these guys are so big that they have a lot of teeth, which actually isn't true. If you were to look inside an elephant's mouth, they'd only have 4 teeth. These guys only have 4 molars, so just like our back teeth, but each tooth is about the size of a brick. So like as humans, we've got 2 sets of teeth throughout our lifetime. We've got our baby teeth and then our adult teeth. These guys actually have 6 sets of teeth, and we like to call them marching molars. Their teeth kind of act like a conveyor belt. And as the bigger new tooth pushes out the old tooth, that older tooth is going to kind of fall off in chunks that we will normally see out here in habitat when they lose a tooth. So like I said, these guys only have 4 molars inside their mouth, so that's 4 inside, but they also have 2 more teeth, making it a total of 6 teeth. And a lot of people don't know that those tusks are actually teeth. They're modified incisors, which means that they're the same as our front teeth. So made out of the same material, these guys use their tusks as a utility tool. They use their tusks to strip bark, manipulate branches. Gypsy likes to hold hay between her trunk and her tusk, kind of like a snack to go. And so we watch them use their tusks a lot. And a really cool fact about these guys is some of them actually use one tusk over the other. So like we're right-handed or left-handed, these guys can actually be right tusked or left tusked. And that's really easy to tell, especially if you were to look at Jennie. Her left tusk is actually shorter than the right, meaning that she uses her left tusk more. So that's a fun fact that I always like to share with people. Yeah, and so if you can look over here, Ajabu and Malilo. So Ajabu, even though he's 4 years old, he's still nursing. He was giving you a really good glimpse of that right now. He's actually really, really tall, so he has had to kind of adapt to his growing body and has to kneel, and sometimes we've even seen him lay down to nurse as well. Typically, calves will nurse up to 4 to 6 years. It's been known that some calves will even nurse up to 10 years. It's whenever mom decides that she's done and wants to wean, but Ajabu is still nursing and takes frequent drinks throughout the day from Malilo. So these guys are herbivores. They love to eat lots of different vegetation. African elephants are browsers, so they're gonna eat way up high and pull food down, whereas Asian elephants are grazers, so they're gonna be eating lots of grass and pulling food up, which is why it's really important for all of the enrichment that we provide these guys. If you look at the activity stations, and even in our barn, we have really high enrichment nets and hanging devices to ensure that these guys are using those muscles that they would be using in the wild. So in order to do that, we'll put hay and all of their food and browse and branches up high, so they have to reach up just like they would be doing in the wild. Out here, these guys get about 2 to 3 bales a day. Each elephant eats about 1 bale a day. So an elephant is capable of eating up to 200 to 300 pounds of food. And Jennie and Zola are doing a great job of demonstrating that right now. Jennie loves her hay, and Zola really loves to eat the browse. These guys, I say browse, and we call it that because it's just a fancy term for tree branches. These guys would be eating a lot of trees out in the wild, and so we want to ensure that we're giving them their natural diet here at the Dallas Zoo. So us as zoologists, we go out every day, twice a day, picking up branches and bringing them back here. So here in the DFW area, our elephants are actually able to eat over 60 different types of branches and tree species that are found right here in your backyard. So it's really cool. It's a really great program that we get to be a part of to ensure that our elephants are getting a lot of natural parts of their diet. Other things that they eat aside from tree branches and hay, lots of fruit and vegetables. Randall was giving them some apples. They really love the sugary fruits. It's one of their favorites. But yeah, so since these guys are herbivores, we have to ensure that they're always eating throughout the day because they've got a really long digestive tract to make sure that they're getting all the nutrients that they need. So lastly, we did talk about their tusks, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that their tusks are nothing different than our front teeth as well. Unfortunately, because people have put a price tag on ivory, we lose about 96 elephants a day. That's 1 every 15 minutes. You guys can do your part at home even while the zoo is closed temporarily to make sure that we're not purchasing ivory. The US is actually the 2nd largest consumer of illegal animal goods. So if you're out shopping locally in Dallas or have future travel plans, just make sure that we're not buying ivory, and that's going to ensure the well-being of elephants across the world. Other ways that we can help elephants, even while we're home, I'm a really big coffee drinker, and so making sure that we are purchasing shade-grown coffee. Shade-grown coffee is a super awesome new idea and concept that a lot of farmers are actually kind of taking on across the globe. Shade-grown coffee is just your regular coffee bean that actually doesn't depend on sunlight to grow. So in order to grow this, we actually don't have to clear cut savannas and jungles where African and Asian elephants live. So making sure that we buy shade-grown coffee is really important, so then that way we're ensuring that there is enough habitat and enough space for our elephants overseas. If you guys want more information on how to save elephants, I encourage you guys to go on the web. There's lots of information on how to save species across the globe and what we're doing here at the Dallas Zoo as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Randall and I are super excited to have you guys, and stay safe and wash your hands. Thanks, guys.